Hi, Julie Rader here with the total lunar eclipse video, which is happening on May 15th at 9:14 p.m. Pacific time at 25 degrees. There is so much going on with this eclipse, and we are definitely in the midst of eclipse season. So let's dive right in. As always, if you like the video, please like it, subscribe, share it. It helps me grow the channel. So, wow, okay, so this eclipse has several aspects, and this eclipse is forming a trine, which is a beautiful harmonious aspect to Mars in Pisces. So the moon in Scorpio is trine Mars in Pisces. Now, Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. So this is a really beautiful, harmonious aspect, one that is asking us to really get clear on our direction and then make things happen. Eclipses are times of big changes where energy is moving. It's like a reset to our system. And with this trine to Mars in Pisces, we are really being asked, and even a bit on an inward level, because we have Mercury, which just recently went retrograde. We have Pluto, which is also retrograde. At the moment, Mars in Pisces is Mars doesn't love being in Pisces because it has to slow it down a bit. And then we have the sun in Taurus. We have some Taurian energy there. We have North Node in Taurus. So we are really being asked, okay, so what is it that we want, and how can we allow things to happen rather than pushing things forward so much? Think more like the tortoise than the hare, which is prodding along and staying super focused and knowing exactly where it's going, but in a very strategic way. This eclipse also is making a couple aspects to Neptune. The moon at this eclipse is another trine, a beautiful harmonious aspect to Neptune in Pisces. The sun in Taurus is sextile, another harmonious aspect to Neptune and Pisces. So Neptune is really asking us to tap into the subconscious mind. So is Mars and Pisces a bit. So not only really thinking about the practical steps we need to take, which is the sun in Taurus, but really the moon in Scorpio is way more intuitive, just like Pisces and Neptune. So both of these harmonious aspects to Neptune and Pisces are it's really telling us that if we can dive inward, if we can go inward and allow our intuition to guide us, we will gain clarity. We will see the path we are meant to take. So with Neptune, if we're not doing something that is allowing us to trust our intuition or write down our dreams or anything that's diving into the subconscious mind, if we're not allowing ourselves to listen to that inner guidance, we might actually feel a little foggy here. So really take some time, get clear, write down your dreams. What's the big picture? What is it that you want to be true? So then both the North Node and the South Node are forming a square. So we have a T-square going on to Saturn in Aquarius. Now, when the nodes are square Saturn, we are being asked to take action. So with these other aspects that are going on, it is really about taking intuitive action, taking that action that comes from our inner guidance, rather than asking everyone else what they think, because that's going to be that square to Saturn. We might have to go against what other people are saying, what the authorities are saying. We need to trust our own intuitive guidance. We also, at this time, we have Venus in Aries conjunct, merging with Chiron. So Venus and Chiron, there's a separate aspect that's going on, but it's happening also alongside this eclipse. So when Venus comes together with Chiron, we are being asked to look at any past wounds. How can we heal? How can we heal so that we can move forward? Where can we forgive ourselves or someone else? Then we have Mars in Pisces, making a beautiful harmonious sextile to the North Node in Taurus. And also, just a couple days later, so we're feeling this as well, Mars will be conjunct Neptune. So Neptune, huge part of this eclipse, as is Mars. Mars is a big part of this eclipse too, because the eclipse itself is making a harmonious aspect to Mars and Pisces. Mars at the time of the eclipse is making a harmonious aspect to the North Node, our true destiny in Taurus, and Mars is conjunct Neptune. So this Mars and Pisces energy is big. It is really, how can we become the spiritual warrior? How can we really honor what is true for us in a way that is non-harming, in a way that is setting clear, healthy boundaries so that we can be authentic to ourselves and our own needs as well. So these are some of the big aspects going on. I highly recommend you get near water, get into nature, and meditate. Meditate, sit, get quiet, journal. You may find that you are being guided in ways where maybe you've had a general idea of where you wanted to go, but you may get some clear answers if you take the time to get quiet and listen during this eclipse. So let's go through the signs and see where this eclipse is going to be affecting you in your life. And as always, listen most importantly to the rising sign. That's going to tell you the house position, or sun and moon as well. So Aries, this is happening for you in your 8th house. That means that the moon is in your 8th house and the sun is in your 2nd house. The 8th and 2nd house axis there is the house of finances and self-worth. You may find that you are really doing a deep dive and getting clear on what is important to you. Maybe you're realizing that it's important for you to have some kind of meditative or spiritual practice so that you can listen to that inner guidance. There might be a reset to your finances as well. So be aware of that in a really beautiful way. Remember, we just had the moon conjunct Uranus about a week ago. So we the sun conjunct Uranus being part of it too, there may be a change in your finances. So and it could go either way. So just be aware of that and really honor your self-worth. Taurus, this is all about relationships for you, this eclipse. It's happening in your 1st and 7th house. This entire year really is about that because the eclipses are falling on this axis. What are your needs versus somebody else's needs? Are you feeling worthy? Are you feeling seen in your relationships? So big theme for you, and this eclipse is really highlighting that. Gemini, this is happening for you in your 6th and 12th house, which is a bit more of kind of secretive houses too, or even just with the 6th house, it's looking at your day-to-day routines and your health. Maybe it's time to reset your health routines. 12th house is a house of retreat. So you are being asked to look at where can you adjust your routines, where can you also really go inward and allow yourself to have some spiritual retreat time as well. This also could bring about maybe even a relocation for you. Cancer, this is happening for you in your 5th and 11th house. This is all about you opening up to your creativity, being more childlike as well, maybe even romantic. When you're bringing in the 11th house, it's also about promotion and the tribes of people you spend time with. So really make some time to have fun and get together with other people. Be creative at this eclipse. Leo, this is all about home and family. And this whole year is home, family, but it's also on that career axis. So for you, you could be contemplating a move, or maybe you're resetting or healing a relationship with a family member as well. These are big themes for you during this eclipse. Virgo, this is all about third and ninth house for you. You may be wanting to learn something new, or maybe you're writing a book or a blog, or putting something out there, publishing something. Maybe even this is about travel for you. It could be short distance travel, but big picture, you could be wanting some long distance travel as well. Libra, second house. Where are you feeling worthy? Where are you feeling unworthy? And this eclipse is going to really highlight that. You're going to be looking at your finances. Where do you spend money? Do you spend money on things that are of value to you, where your values are? Do you support businesses that you feel really good about? This whole year is about finances, your personal finances, investments, and as well as money coming from other sources. Scorpio, this is your eclipse. So this is huge for you. This whole year, big transformation, you and Taurus both. So we have the South Node in Scorpio, which you do a great job always of being able to dig deep and get to the root of any underlying tension or feelings that you're having. This eclipse is going to bring that up. What are your needs? Are your needs being met? And if not, how can you balance that out? Sagittarius, this is happening for you in your 12th house. You will be taking a deep dive. Sag, you may really feel like going inward during this eclipse. You may feel like it's time for a retreat. You might want to isolate. I know I'm Sag rising, and I may spend a day or even the weekend in silence. The kids will be with their dad, and it's this eclipse is a big one. So Sag, how can you spend some time by yourself? Can you get away? Can you take a retreat somewhere? Or can you just go in, journal, do a spiritual practice for sure, get clear on listening to that inner guidance? Capricorn, this is happening for you in your 11th house. This is really all about putting yourself out there to a larger population, looking at the tribes of people you spend time with, maybe even social media channels, things like that. What are your aspirations? Revisiting that. Are you in alignment with the goals that you set previously? Are they still where you're wanting to go? Aquarius, this is happening for you in your 10th house. It is all about career this whole year, career and home, and finding the balance between the two. So really doing a deep dive. Is there some healing that you need to do so that you can allow yourself to shine the way that you are meant to shine? Remember, there's a lot of Neptunian energy and a lot of Mars energy. Where can you be motivated to allow yourself to be seen? And where can you listen to that intuitive guidance when you make any kind of business decisions as well? And last but certainly not least, fellow Pisceans, this is happening in our ninth house. So ninth house is about spirituality. It's about higher learning. It could be about relocation. It really is about tapping into a spiritual knowing, something that is deeper beyond our physical sense. So much Neptunian energy. And remember, Neptune is our ruler. So I highly recommend you, Pisces, to go inward. Go in, listen, meditate, get into water, get near water, take a bath, journal, write down your dreams, and you will receive some guidance if you can slow down enough to listen. Well, thank you so much for listening and taking the time to watch and support the channel and what I'm doing here. It is definitely my intention to share astrology so that it's accessible and so that you can use it like I do as a roadmap, to just create more harmony in your life and live with purpose. So thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.